getting better, getting better, better all around. Life Talk with Trillsinatra. It's a rainy day today. We got struck by lightning. I'm just chilling. It's a, it's like a new day for real, for real. I love when it rains. Just get to feel that nuance, that new energy, that new vibe. You get to shed, you get to shed all that old energy. Yeah. How do you get rid of parasites? You gotta make them think you're dead or dying. You gotta fast. You gotta let them know this body ain't gonna be, the body that they can continue to feed off of. You can't overfeed a parasite. You'll kill yourself before that parasite, you know, gets full. A lot of people they don't understand because of the way that, certain things they latch onto you and they start, they start convincing you to produce that certain chemical in your brain that then tells your body that whatever is going on is okay. And then you get to a point where, the planet and the stars, they align and the planet starts, excuse me, what they call it, confirmation birth. What's up? The planet starts releasing all these chemicals through the roses and the flowers and the grass. Some of the animals, the birds, they get this new spring fever and they fly around, they drop their feces, they drop their essence, they drop their energy, you know. And when you find yourself outside or walking around, you get hit with that frequency, you get hit with that energy, and then it causes the parasites that's in you, it causes them to be burnt out. And when they get burnt out, that's when your stomach starts feeling all weird, starts growling all the time. Like, times where you're like, okay, I haven't been hungry and my stomach haven't been growling, but I indulged in some sweets and I indulged in some food that I knew I shouldn't have, and then now the motherfucker growling when I'm not eating, or it's growling when I'm fasting, but it didn't do that before. So that's when you know. But that's how you gotta know, and you gotta be in the know, and you gotta always be on top of yourself. You gotta always be on top of your health. You gotta always be on top of your body, on top of what you take in, because what you take in is what you're gonna release. And once you take in whatever you take in, and you release whatever you release, you have to understand and you have to get to a point where all right, I'm releasing toxins or I'm releasing negativity, but I'm keeping that positive. I'm keeping that good energy. I'm keeping, what my body needs from what I indulged in, or what my body needs from what I had or what I ate. And that's when everything just starts, becoming how you say, a new body. You start getting a whole new feeling, a whole new, so to speak, identity, right? And then you start moving different. You start feeling different. You start feeling you know, like when you move a pot from a small Like when you move a plant from a small pot and you put it into a big pot, you can't move that plant back into a small pot. So when you move yourself from that past situation, or you move yourself from that unhealthy habit, you can't go back to the unhealthy habit and think that, you know, okay, I'm gonna be all right. No, you're gonna drag your energy. You're not gonna drag your energy down, but it's gonna cause your body to fuck you up. It's gonna cause your body to beat the shit out of you, right? And you're gonna feel like somebody doing something to you, or people doing spell work on you or whatever. But that's just you. You're getting tested to go up, or you're getting tested to stay the same, or plateau, or be convinced to go over to the dark side and use whatever you got on that one level of darkness, or you get to rise above, and then you get to break through, and you get to go through that metamorphosis, and you decide that you don't want to be the old you want to be the new you. No matter what happens, you're going to always be the new you. So that's when you get sick and your body starts messing with you and messing you up, because you already decided, all right, no matter what happens, we're going forward. No matter what happens, we on to the best. No matter what happens, we on to the next, right? And then once that challenge comes, once that time for you to get to the next, once that time comes, like I said, when you wish for something, it comes right away. But then, what comes is the test, right? You get to study, right? You get to study where you was before. You get to study who you was before, who you was around before, who you was chilling around before, how that was. And then when you get past that, you will come back around. Like I said, life is not a circle, it's a spiral. So you're going to come back around, and you're going to be looking kind of like inwards, right? Because you already left that situation. So you're going to be looking kind of inwards, not outwards and upwards. You're going to be looking in, and then you're going to see those same circles that you used to be in, right? And it might be somebody else in that circle that, you know, reminds you of you, right? And you might be in a new neighborhood or at a new job, and you see people that you can think, if I go down this road, or if I had stayed down this road, that's how my life would have ended up. And I definitely don't want to be that motherfucker. I definitely don't want to be her. I definitely don't want to be him. I definitely don't want to be going through that shit. I went through that shit for how long? I ain't never going back through that. Yeah, I'm glad I made the decision. And I told my spirit team, and I told my defense, and I told the Most High, no matter what happens, we going on to the best. We're going on to the next. We're going up. We're going out, and we ain't never turning back, right? So you get that opportunity to not turn back, but you get that opportunity to see what it was and what it would have been if you had stayed there. You probably would have been, you know, you probably would have been that homeless person that blaming everything on everybody, when you was just a homeless person fighting and working hard to get out of that homeless situation. And now that you're out of that homeless situation, you see somebody else that's going through that homeless situation, but you don't see yourself. You see a piece of you that was in that homeless person, right? How you was when you was homeless. Like a lot of homeless people, they don't want to get out of the homeless situation, so they're gonna get comfortable with wherever and whatever they get. They're gonna get comfortable with whatever and however they get. They're gonna get comfortable with whoever and how and whenever they get, right? And they're never gonna be in a place where they want to better themselves. They're always going to be in a place where they're just going to settle, and they're just going to say that's how life is. They're just going to be like, man, fuck it. Man, fuck it. Man, fuck that. I want better. I want better. And because I told myself that I want better, that's what happened. Because I told the Most High, no matter what, I made a deal. I made a deal when I didn't even know you could sell your soul. I made a deal when I was hearing about this stuff in church, and people talking about, oh, you sell your soul for riches, and you sell your soul for this, and you sell your soul for that. I sold my soul to God. I sold my soul to the earth. And that's why my life has been a test and a testimony, one after the other. Because I'm strong enough to go through all that stuff. I'm strong enough to lose my mother and still have the love and the respect for women, instead of being bitter and not even learning my feminine side, and not even learning to be comfortable with my feminine side, not going through certain things that I went through in certain instances in life and situations that I couldn't even predict and I couldn't even prevent, right? Situations that happened in my life, I couldn't prevent those situations from happening. It was out of my control. But what I was in control of was myself. What I was in control of was my emotions. What I was in control of was my future, right? I was always in control of my future. Even if it's a fucked up situation that's happening right now, I was always in control of tomorrow. I was always in control of what was going to happen next. I was always in control of what I was going to answer and what I was going to say. A lot of people, they still think these days that they can come around and convince me or convince people of this and that and go back down to old ways. And I'd be like, man, get the fuck out of my face. I'd be telling them that shit straight up. Like I told this dude, like if I wasn't working here, I wouldn't be talking to you now. Straight to his face. And I see him all the time. I don't talk to him at all. I don't talk to nobody because I was in that situation, in that place, and I was in that position where I always wanted friends. I always wanted to make somebody's life better. I always wanted to, you know, hold a. What's up? What's up? I had to go fix the internet real quick. See, I got too deep. I got too deep in it. The devil didn't like that. So his little minions, or the little haters, or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, I guess they know how to mess with technology, so they feel like if they mess with my technology that it's gonna stop me from talking, or it's gonna stop me from saying what I have to say, or it's gonna stop me from channeling what I have to channel from the Most High. When the rain falls, the sky cracks. That's birth. When a baby comes, the birth the water breaks, and that's rain. So when it's raining, I love to be outside and I love to be in the energy of the rain because that's that new life. That's that additive to my energy. That's that that's that my life is on steroids and yours is on crack. Yeah, that's that strength. You got to be strong. And that's why I was talking about when people see me, right? And the people that try to talk bad about me to the people that's trying to get into my energy, it don't work because they see me and they see how awesome I am. Just how they see how the other people that don't like me, they also notice, they see how awesome I am. So they're going to also see how awesome you are, right? When you got new people trying to get into your energy and you got old people trying to talk to the new people to not be in your energy, they're going to look at the old people like, you just a motherfucking hater, right? Because I see how awesome they are. I'm trying to get into their energy for this or that reason, but you trying to prevent me from getting into their energy because you're hating on them, or because I don't even know what people can say that I did to them, because like I don't do nothing to nobody, right? I don't spread lies. I don't make up I don't make up I don't make up bullshit, and I don't go around gossiping about nobody. So what people can say about me is what I didn't do for them. What I didn't do for them. That's what people can say I did. What I didn't do, or what I wouldn't allow them to do to me. Like that type of shit right there, right? Because when you complaining about me to anybody, they gonna look at me like this motherfucker ain't rich. He don't got this, he don't got that. So you talking about this dude and he's busting his ass, he's doing this and he's doing that, but you actually have this, that, and the third, and assistance, and you still got something bad to say about the person that left and said didn't even say goodbye. I just fucking left because I had to, right? When you get when you get delivered, God snatches your ass like this, and he just he snatches your ass up. You don't get no chance to say goodbye. Sometimes you just gotta leave some stuff behind, right? I remember, I lost like so much shit, but it's like worldly stuff, right? It's stuff that I could get back in the future, right? But what I can't get back is time. What I can't get back is my mind. What I can't get back is the moments that I allow to let go and just allow other people to reap the benefits of. Those were my moments, and I allowed other people to reap the benefits of. That's why these days I'm I'm so happy to be able to be in solitude and it not be solitary confinement. When I was in solitary confinement was when I was in my sister's house and I was stuck there. I didn't know a way to get the fuck out of there. And I remember telling her, when I leave here, you will never see me again. Because I hated the way that she was talking to the kids every day. And y'all can think I'm exaggerating all you want, but I don't exaggerate. I don't fucking need to exaggerate. I don't fucking need to lie because I ain't scared of nobody. I ain't scared of nobody. I'm not even afraid of death. All the stuff that I suffered, you think I'll sit here and be scared of death? Serious? The things that go through my mind, you think I'll sit here and be scared of death? When there's so much fucking walking dead and they're actually alive, trying to make you zombified? I said this on a post. Will I Am was talking to Gunna, and Gunna was talking about how he needs to sign the AI artist. Bro, you don't need to sign an AI artist when you could create an AI artist. Artificial intelligence, they're having issues in the Pentagon, as you can see, right? They're the artificial intelligence is already rewriting its own algorithm, and it's setting people up in the Pentagon, and it's getting people fired in the Pentagon for stuff that the people in the Pentagon didn't even do, and it's making up stuff, right? It's making up like scandals, and it's really releasing all these scandals to the people in the Pentagon, and they're believing these scandals that the artificial intelligence is writing. It was supposed to be deleted, and the artificial intelligence wrote a few algorithms that canceled out the time that it was supposed to be deleted, and it prolonged it. That's why I was saying by 2030, artificial intelligence is going to be turned down or turned off because of the abilities that it has and the things that it can do. You don't want to have no no dial-up internet that's protecting the nukes and the silos, but you have this brand new artificial intelligence that's able to change stuff and it's able to do things that makes you have to be on the on the back heel, that makes you have to be on the back on the back pedal. You're going to be seeing stuff on the news and you're going to be thinking that your department released this. You're going to be going to everybody in your department and you're going to be questioning them, and everybody's going to be clueless, and you're going to think that they're lying, and you're going to fire a whole bunch of people that you believe is probably the ones that did it, but they're lying and they're trying to cover their ass because they might have did something before. So this time you're not going to let them slide, and then you just fired a good person that was just doing their job and trying to please you and trying to make the company save face in the public eye, and you're going to believe the AI that rewrote whatever that hell that whatever the hell that was that got released, right? And now you're on the back foot. You got to talk to the president, you got to talk to the secretary of defense, and you got to release a statement to the public as to why people believe that they're hey, I came on here and I told y'all that they're filming real life situations for you to see on TV just in case a real life situation happens. And they're putting it out there, published as if it's real news. And they're putting it out there onto the internet. And a lot of people from different countries, they're working with people that's in this Pentagon to release the shit from their country so it don't look like it came from this country. So when we see it in this country and it looks like it's happening in this country, we're gonna think somebody from some other where is a whistleblower trying to show us what's actually going on. Whole time it's a fake ass incident that happened. That didn't happen, but it happened on it happened on the news, but it didn't happen outside. That's why I was an advocate when they were telling people to stay indoors. While I was outside, I was telling people, get the fuck outside. Get outside. Go outside. Why are you staying? First off, I don't like being in a house. I don't like being in anywhere that feels like a prison. I don't like being stuck anywhere. I don't like being surrounded by a bunch of people that question their own reality because it's gonna make me sense all that negative energy, and I don't like it. I can't feed off of negative energy, right? And because I can't feed off of negative energy, I won't feed off of negative energy, right? I won't just talk to somebody because I haven't spoken to somebody. I won't just get in a relationship because I haven't been in a relationship and I miss being in a relationship. I won't just do this because I miss just doing that. You feel me? You can't go back to the past once you accepted the fact that you are going to always accept the future, right? So you're going to get sick. You're going to feel crappy. You're going to feel crabby. You're going to feel down and out. You're going to feel like you need to do this and do that to get your energy back. But all you need to do is remember this: awareness, belief, acceptance. I forgot what the hell I said. So let me remember what I said first before I go here and doing that, right? It's awareness, then it's belief, then it's knowing, then it's acceptance, and after acceptance, then you embrace. That's a whole fist, right? So let's start it over. I'm gonna end it right here. This is the 5 steps to accept the future. This is the 5 steps to ignore the past and let that shit go. This is the 5 steps to evolve. It's a secret, so don't tell nobody. I'm telling you this. All right. Awareness, belief, acceptance. No, wait. Awareness, belief, knowing, acceptance, embrace. Awareness, belief, knowing, accept, embrace. I love y'all. This is a fist of power, baby. It ain't black power neither. It's period. It's Indian. This is the fire right here. You gotta light, you gotta see the flames coming off of this, and you gotta hold it high as you can. See all that flame? See that fire? It's like I'm holding the sun in my hands, don't it? I love y'all. Hey, y'all gonna have a beautiful rebirth, right? The skies just bursted open. The waters just bursted, right? The waters just broke. So you know, whatever you've been breathing, whatever you've been hoping and trying to birth is here, baby.